Greetings, beautiful souls. I am Chloe the Elven Mage, and thank you for joining me today for my monthly reflections in the pine forest. We are going to have the blessing today of all of the beautiful bird sounds, bird song, sounds of nature. It is very cold, as you can see. I've got my hood up, but it's the most beautiful, cold, fresh, wintry morning here. It's about 10 a.m. in northwest Oxfordshire. I've come to the pine forest. I've chosen to just take a seat today to do these monthly reflections rather than wandering and pondering for a couple of reasons. The first being that today is the first day in about 10 days where it hasn't rained, so it is very, very muddy, and just to save myself the embarrassment and your entertainment of me falling flat on my face in the mud, I've decided to just take up a seat, and also just so that it can just be a little bit more relaxed and focused. Sometimes when I'm walking and talking, I can get very passionate and almost out of breath. So yeah, I'm just taking a seat here today. I'll just give you a little bit of a view of where I am. I'm sitting on this fallen pine tree, and you'll have to excuse me if my eyes start watering. Look at that view. My eyes are often a little sensitive, especially in the winter time when I come outside and it's that glorious, fresh, cool, crisp, wintry air and the bright sunshine. You can't see it here because I'm sheltered by the glorious trees. But yeah, I get sensitive eyes. So I haven't done a monthly reflection video for a couple of months. I didn't do one in December, just partly because I was busy throughout the time of the end of December till early January, and also because, December was a crazy month for me. I've spoken about it so much, I'm not going to go into details here because that is the past now, and I'm here to talk about January, which for me absolutely is a celebration. It has been a month of magic, fresh starts, miracles, health, newfound levels of self-love and self-care, energy, abundance. So yeah, just wanted to reflect. This is going to be mainly around business, but also, for me, because I really am following my dream and following my heart's mission, also just celebrating everything, personally, business, relationships, everything. It's all interwoven and intermeshed. So yeah, I'll be sharing some of that today and just a reflection on January. So, first of all, I just wanted to share that I have to walk through a small woodland to get here to the pine forest, and I've just seen the first blooming of snowdrops, daffodils, and about very talkative birds. Good morning. And a school of at least about 30 deers. I was trying my best to zoom in and get a photo of them, but they could tell, they sensed it, and they darted off. So it's crazy because it's the end of January, but there's just this spring-like feeling already in the air, and I can't help feeling that it's because so many of us are choosing to elevate ourselves and expand our energy and really step into the light. Essentially what it is, we're calling the light forth. And what I love the most about spring is the freshness of the energy. It is that ultimate new beginning, but also the the playfulness of the energy of the spring. You know, it's the bunny rabbits, and it's the, you know, the newborn deers. It's that spring in the step energy, and oh yeah, and it's January and I'm already feeling that energy within me, but also around me, which is exciting. So I just wanted to share that with you, totally unrelated to the reflections of January, but just sharing my excitement. So you'll probably be seeing lots of pictures and videos of me upcoming with the daffodils and the snowdrops, and fingers crossed, let's manifest this, some photos or some videos of the deers here in the woodland. That would be really magical. They're all wild around here, and unfortunately there is hunting that goes on around here, so yeah, the deer are not so trusting of humans, but I'll do it. So first of all, as with the fashion of my reflection videos, first of all, I want to take a moment of gratitude. So much gratitude for, first of all, the friends and clients and, you know, brand new clients, ongoing clients, old school clients, and the same with friends, old, new, and in between. I just really want to take a moment of deep, deep, deep gratitude for your ongoing love and support, and really just seeing me and holding me and allowing that compassionate space for me to just show up exactly who I am, without having to hold back, without having to pretend to be someone else, embracing the whole me. And that really is all the relationships that I call forth from now on. And that's business relationships, client relationships, friends, partnerships. To feel so comfortable to just show up fully unbridled in my authenticity, because it feels so good. It feels like a breath of fresh air, and it just allows the masks to come off, the armor to come off, allows a sense of peace and anxiety to just dissolve away when we have people around us who give us that space to feel like that. So thank you, beautiful friends, clients, and the support system I have around me. Thank you, I love you. And second of all, thank you for all of my new subscribers. It's been a great month for new subscribers. I've seen lots of new faces and energies joining the live streams, my Friday Mystic Spirit Messages live streams, which I made a decision to bring down to just one day a week for the foreseeable future, because I'm studying. I'm also in the works of designing an 8-week training course. I'm also in the works of planning to relocate my home. So lots of things are going on at the moment. So for me, energetically, 2 live streams a week just didn't feel sustainable until certain milestones have been reached. So yeah, going back to 1 a week so I can really put all of my energy into it. And I just really look forward to my Friday afternoons now. But yeah, thank you to the beautiful new subscribers and energies who have showed up, who've been commenting and supporting the content that I've been sharing. I appreciate you. One of the things I love the most is like opening up my phone in the morning after I've done my morning practices and just reading through all of the beautiful comments and just reading your feedback. It you know, I don't do it for external validation, you know, but just reading what you like, what you don't like, what you want more of. It's just, yeah, it's beautiful. It's really lovely. It makes me remember that I'm not just talking into a void. So thank you, and thank you so much to all of the incredible souls who have booked one-to-one sessions with me, who have booked bundles. That's something I wanted to talk about here as well, that I have now available on my website is bundles. So these are available currently on my one-to-one quantum energy expansion session, which is basically, well, it's a 60-minute one-to-one, which you can have live or recorded via Zoom. And it is a general energy reading, clearing and or healing, whatever you specify, where I'll connect with one of your guides and your higher self to guide me through that specific clearing and healing. So I have a special offer for a bundle on my website where you can get 4 of those for the price of 3. So that can be really powerful for, say, over 6 months or over a year, to do step-by-step healing and clearing and working with your guides. And then I also have a bundle on my one-to-one witch activation, which is a very specific past life healing to help you break free from fear, to help you understand your magic and your superpowers, and to help release that fear, face the grief and the pain from that past lifetime, so that you can step forward with more authenticity and true expression and your magical superpowers. And that bundle is available for 3 sessions for the price of 2. So it's an amazing opportunity to get a huge discount on these one-to-one sessions. And I really, really, really love building relationships with my clients. For anyone who's brand new here, hello, welcome. Just a little bit of a backstory to link into this is that I started my holistic career almost 7 years ago now. Almost 7 years ago, I became a full-time yoga and meditation teacher, working mainly with one-to-one clients. I had a dual qualification in traditional Kundalini and Hatha yoga, and I've always loved working one-to-one. So my main avenue of my business has always been working one-to-one, and I still have, how many do I have? I still have currently 2 clients who've been working with me since like the first 2 months of my business. So they've been with me for 6-7 years. And it's really beautiful building that relationship. So I would say one of my favorite ways of working, where I feel that I give my most energy, and I have multiple clients who I've been working with for 3, 4, 5 years too. That's one of my favorite ways of working, building a long-term relationship so that you don't feel like you're just booking a session and it's disposable, you know. It's like it's building this beautiful relationship where I really care about the people that I work with, and I want to support your long-term and ongoing integration, healing, activation, awakening, supporting and cheerleading your self-empowerment. So yeah, it's really exciting for me. It's the way that I love to work long-term in mentorships or over long periods of time, because the greatest and most permanent shifts and transformations come through that slow, long-term, steady processing. Sure, we can have and experience extremely powerful one-to-one healings and activations. I have so experienced that myself from a couple of different healers. But when that happens, we have to make a choice within ourselves to either take the pathway that big healing or activation has opened, or to be like, oh my goodness, that was a lot. I feel like I'm going to retreat and go back a few steps. So without that ongoing support and mentorship, often we can retreat back into our shell a little bit. So yeah, I really wanted to express my deep and heartfelt gratitude for those who have purchased the bundle sessions, because now we are going to build this beautiful relationship. So thank you for trusting me. And that goes on to something I wanted to share. And I was thinking, you know, a lot of the the content I share and the work that I do is very mystical, magical, witchy, fantastical. But the amount of deep inner emotional healing that I've had to do within myself, the very human, mucky work that I've had to do to get to this point of living this very whimsical, mystical, fantastical life is a lot. It's deep. And I felt that I wanted to share that because it's been a real, that has really come with a lot of clarity to me recently, is that the two work in harmony and hand in hand so beautifully. You know, our gift of being a human is that we are in touch with all of our emotions, and the patriarchal and the forces of darkness want us to believe that that is our weakness, but our full experience and expressions of our emotions is our superpower. So when we can lean into that part of our humanness, it unleashes our magic. And by magic, a lot of people are like, what is magic? Magic is energy. So being more aware of ourselves and our energy bodies, but also the energy around us and the interconnected web and the energy of all things, but also our psychic powers, our intuition, our clairvoyance, all of the clairs, our dreams, our manifestation abilities, all of the qualities of the metaphysical realms. To me, that is the umbrella of magic. Humanness is the emotion, it's the rawness, it's like the earth. And the metaphysical part of us is like the sky. It's the infinite openness of endless possibility. And we, right now, in this human form, have access to both of those. And I really feel like that is an incredible superpower. So a lot of the work that I do, especially when I work with people long term, is going deeper into that. A lot of people are craving the metaphysical, but we can only get ourselves to a certain level without going back and digging deeper. And it's not because we're broken, it's not because we need fixing, but it's about shining a light on as much of us as possible so that we no longer have anything to hide. So that we no longer have wounds that someone else can use to their advantage against us. What I love is when I think of fantasy superheroes, you know, women and men, when we think about all of those amazing heroes and heroines in the fantasy stories, my goddess, the journey that they go through is harrowing. It's harrowing and terrifying. And we have that ability to go through that on our own, through our own inner journey of descent, facing our own fears so that no one else is going to present our fears to us and use that against us. Whew. Okay, I thought I wouldn't get so passionate sitting down, but it seems otherwise. So yes, thank you for all those who have booked sessions with me throughout January. And something that's been interesting in January, that's been a shift for me from previous months, is I've had a lot of advanced bookings, which means people have paid for sessions which have been like a month or a six weeks beforehand, which is really beautiful. So thank you again. Thank you for listening to yourself and feeling into when feels the right time for you to actually book in and receive the session or the healing. I really like that and I appreciate that. And going back as well, so something that I have to celebrate here, I personally choose to keep my finances and talking about my own money as private as possible. But something that and the reason why I do that, I'll tell you the reason why, is because I like to see that myself and money are in a very private and intimate relationship, and I don't kiss and tell. But what I do want to share, because this is a big celebration, is that, so going backtracking to my holistic career and following my heart, I would say over the last year and a half, because over the last year and a half is how long I have been offering one-to-one quantum healing sessions. And over this time, I have felt this yearning for change and shift within me. And so it's been throughout that time that I have been planning and choosing and figuring out how I wish to see my future, and I do wish to make the shift and the change over to fully online business and with quantum healing sessions. So I love yoga, and yoga will always be a part of my life. I actually have a fantastical yoga course that I filmed like 2 years ago which I'm ready to release. I just need to get my act together and put it together as a course. So I love yoga, and I will always teach yoga, and it will always be a deep part of my offerings. However, I've been yearning to move more into the quantum healing field, because it's a way that I can bring all of my magical tools into one space, and that's the yoga, the breath work, the mindfulness, the meditation, the quantum healing, the energy healing, the magic, the visions, you know, the inspiration, the imagination, the embodiment coaching. All of those things come into one. And yeah, so previously, up until this month, I've still been heavily relying on my yoga business. So I have lots of one-to-one yoga clients. I've been heavily relying on them to bring the main bulk of abundance, financial abundance, into my business. However, January, I'm celebrating, is the first month in the past 9 months where I've really gone like full force in with my online quantum energy healing business, which is called Mystic Hearts. MysticHearts.org. If you haven't yet checked out my website, please do. It's the first month where my one-to-one quantum energy healing bookings through my website have gone way above and beyond the financial abundance that has come in from my yoga clients, which is monumental for me, because there is one thing, you know, having a dream and saying you want to do something and believing you can do it, and then actually experiencing it in real time. Because now that little niggling voice of saying, it's not going to happen to me, I can't do it, hasn't got a leg to stand on, because it's already happened. I've already experienced a month of receiving enough financial abundance from my one-to-one website bookings. Sorry, I've just got a leaky eye. The sun's shining through the trees now, the glorious morning sun. So yeah, really celebrating that. So, you know, if I can do it, you can do it. It takes healing, it takes persistence, it takes removing away enough outside influence so that you can get back into the compass of your inner child, aka the North Star of your heart and your higher self, and just going full force, full hog into it, and just saying yes, 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 yes to the fears, and going for it. So yeah, that was a really, really big celebration for me. I'm still kind of in shock. I voice noted a dear best friend of mine yesterday, and I had to tell him because I was journaling. And to backtrack a little bit as well, this is a big reflection of January for me. So I mentioned I did a coffee shop chats video called Let's Talk About Money. Talking all about money and flipping the mindsets around money. And I set myself a 90-day challenge of journaling every single morning, at least 5 things that I'm grateful for, specifically around money and abundance. And then doing an abundance meditation. I have a specific energy healing abundance meditation where I see myself in the quantum realm. Anyway, you can ask me for that meditation if you want. And then dancing to an abundance song. So it's now officially day 35. I have done that every single day to share with full and complete honesty and transparency. There have been a couple of days where I haven't done the meditation or the dancing, time permitting or because I've been traveling, but every single day I've done the gratitude journaling. And you know, I've already told you about the shift in my business and the online bookings. I've also received more donations this month, so thank you for those who've donated. Workshop bookings. This is something else I forgot to give gratitude for. Thank you for those who have been booking my workshops, my monthly Magickal workshops, and also the Sisterhood Masterclass, which I'll share more about later. For the first time this month, I've been receiving bookings without much effort on my end, which is in that space of, you know, I don't chase, I attract, I rest and I receive. So it's felt really beautiful and blissful to experience that. But I am going to take the credit because I have been sticking to this 90-day challenge. And so, as I was saying, I voice noted my friend because I had this revelation because I got past the 30-day mark. So I was like, oh my goodness, I'm over a third of the way through this 90-day challenge. And so I decided to reflect, and I'll do it again in 30 days, reflect. And I realized that this 30 days, you know, has flipped me from relying on my old financial means, and it has quantum leaped me into my future dream life of being financially abundant through my one-to-one website bookings. But also more than that, I'm going to have courses and all sorts of stuff coming in. So I had that realization, but another priceless shift that I have experienced this month has been just this sense of inner peace. And there's something about getting into this habit and flow of being grateful. Oh, and also something else that I've been doing is every time, because I've got my banking app notifies me whenever a payment comes in, stopping whatever I'm doing and saying, thank you, money. Thank you, money. But I've also been doing the same every time I have paid for something or a bill has gone out of my account. I say, thank you, money, for the blessing of being able to pay for whatever I need to pay for. Every time I buy something for myself, thank you, money. Thank you, money. So bringing in those moments of awareness and gratitude have brought me into this very much peaceful, calm, present moment state. And this month in January, I have felt so good. Like, there's been days, of course, where I felt my energy dip and shift and felt tired or felt more elevated, but I can't recall a day where I haven't had a moment where I'm like, I feel awesome. And that is a priceless side effect of dedicating myself to this 90-day money manifestation challenge. I've also been doing weekly money block alchemy, and if you want to know more about this in detail, go check out the coffee shop chats video I did called Let's Talk About Money, and I go into a lot more detail on the 90-day challenge and the alchemy journaling. So yeah, really, really amazing. And I've decided to up the levels a bit now to make sure that I get up earlier, to always have the time to do the meditation and the dancing every morning. And now I've gone up to dancing to 2 songs and at least one more thing that I'm grateful for every day. So I've turned up the volume a little bit, turned up the volume on that, and let's see what magic unfolds now in the next 30 days. Another big announcement for January, another big reflection, is that I created a brand new one-to-one offering called Live Your Fantastical Life, which is super exciting for me, a little bit scary. And why it's scary is because I know it's going to be, what's the word I'm looking for? The springboard into the next elevation of my business, because it has so many opportunities for me to expand creatively, with inspiration, with creating things, but also with supporting my clients with multi-layers. Oh, you can see that sunshine now on my pale, not sun-kissed skin. And this one-to-one offering holds a special place in my heart for a few reasons. The first being that it was channeled live on John Binney's Heart Aligned Business Alchemy, a live stream that he does every 2 weeks. He invited me as a guest, and he invited me to channel a new one-to-one offering with him holding the space as a co-creator. So that was really fabulous. But I've gone away and I've fine-tuned that one-to-one service. Oh my goodness, I can't believe that I can actually still see right now with the sunshine. Oh, I'm gonna have to just dip out of it a little bit if my eyes start watering. So, live your fantastical life. This is a 75-minute one-to-one offering. Again, you can do this live or just as a recorded transmission via Zoom, whatever your heart feels more called to. This is very much a journey or a quest into the heart. It is going to be addressing a specific inner child wounding or healing, a monumental, life-changing moment that caused you to redirect from your fantastical self. So we travel there, and only to a level where you feel safe and ready and comfortable to go to. We do the necessary healing there, and then we keep traveling further and further back, and we meet your inner child, and from there we travel through a portal and step into your fantastical life. So this will be a vision, a space and a time of your fantasy self and your fantastical realm. If you choose, we can ask your guide for your mythical origins. That could be elven, fae, dragonborn, it could be multiple, and really getting a sense of your fantastical self. And what do I mean by this? Well, if you were to paint a fantasy picture in your head or write a fantasy story, this is what it would look and feel and smell and sound like. But most importantly, it's how you feel in your fantastical life. And that is what we are going to be bringing back over this bridge of connection that we build in the session, and anchoring it back into you so that you can actually start living your life, your fantastical life, in your day-to-day reality. And that could be something completely different for each of us. Some of us, like if you're like me, love getting dressed up and just doing all fun, whimsical things. For some of you, it may just be expressing your fantastical self. That could be through like writing or creating or something else. It could be through acting and drama and dancing. Something completely different, it could be to write a children's book. Who knows? It's not up to me to live your fantastical life. So it's removing the blocks, and whatever that life-changing moment is that caused you to forget your childhood dreams and fantasies, and then we travel back there, experience it together, and then we're going to come back into the now, into the body, and with the help of your guides and your higher self, we will receive some embodiment practices that we'll do together, and you will go away with an inner sense and a knowing about who you are, who your fantastical self is, and some inspired ideas of how you can express this part of you creatively and authentically, without restraint, without limitation, and totally coming from the own inner vision of your heart. And something that's very, very special about this one-to-one offering is that within 2 weeks after your session, I will create for you a channeled painting of your fantastical self with the details from your session. So you will have a channeled vision from your session. And for those of you that don't know, the channeled spirit guardian paintings that I do hold an encoded frequency of either healing, activation, or clearing. It's mainly healing and activation. So whenever you look at that painting, you will receive those codes, which are going to support you in the embodiment and the integration of your fantastical self. Oh, that's the first time I've really spoken about this one-to-one offering. You can see how excited it makes me feel. So yeah, if you're interested in checking it out, you can go to mystichearts.org/fantasy. And if you've made it this far in this video, I am going to announce here a giveaway. If you would like to be in with the chance of winning totally free of charge your one-to-one Live Your Fantastical Life offering, I will post the link to the giveaway in the comments, so make sure you check that out. But yeah, so exciting. If it feels if this makes you tingle with excitement, let me know in the comments too. But yeah, that's probably the most exciting thing about January for me. Other than that, I have been really leveling up my levels of health and self-care. I've gone back to a predominantly plant-based eating habits. I didn't eat sugar, like 0 sugar for, oh my goodness, how many days was it? Something like 25 days. I didn't eat any grains like bread or pastries or cakes or anything like that. Super clean, high protein, plant-based, taking supplements, working out. I haven't drunk alcohol now for 3 months. Really putting my health on the highest level of importance, and let me tell you, I feel incredible. I feel like my energy has just blown out of proportion and expanded tenfold. Yeah, and I've been taking the time to rest more and just allow myself on my days off to just sit in bed and read and not feel like I need to go out and do something, just totally indulge in chilling out. And I've really noticed the effect that this has had on my nervous system and this sense of calm and inner peace. Yeah, so that's been incredible. And also my monthly workshop in January, which was on something like the, correct me if I'm wrong, it was like the 3rd or the 4th of January. There was an amazing group, 7 people signed up, 7 out of 10. I only allow 10 to join the monthly workshop so that we can keep it very personal, and we can keep it really nice and intimate. 7 joined. I've got 4 signed up for this Sunday too. So if you'd like to join this Sunday, You can find the links on my channel. I will add it into the description of this video as well. That is donation based, so you can join for whatever you choose to pay. Anything as little as $1 or £1 absolutely is welcomed with so much love and gratitude. There's no judgment for what you donate. It's just an exchange. It's just an energy exchange. So that was a great success, and it's something that I'm still really enjoying doing, and it just gives us a bit more privacy and intimacy and safety than, say, on YouTube on a live stream. And then there is also the Heal the Sisterhood Wound Masterclass, which is a lot more in depth, and that is on Sunday, the 22nd of February. This one is a paid event, but you get a lot more. You get a 2-hour face-to-face masterclass. You will also get a copy of the recording. You will also get a copy of a very deep quantum energy healing guided journey to help support you with the sisterhood wound, and you will also get a journal playbook, which is introspective questions that are going to support the masterclass. So it's very in-depth. I did a masterclass very similar back at the end of October called Awaken the Witch Within. So you can also check that out on my website, mystichearts.org/workshops. You'll be able to find all the workshops and masterclasses on there. It'll be amazing to have you. The Heal the Sisterhood Wound Masterclass, I would say, is aimed more towards women, or more towards those who identify as a woman or the feminine. However, if you are a man, or if you do identify as a male, and you really do, with wholehearted respect and integrity, wish to learn about this wounding for the good of the collective, then I would welcome you with open arms. But we will be, oh my goodness, a little baby deer just trotted past. But just to let you know that if you are a man or you identify as male and you do join the masterclass, there may be moments where we will be giving more of a voice to the feminine. So just to let you know that, because of the nature of the wounding, we want to liberate the feminine in the masterclass. But all are welcome. All are welcome. So yeah, thank you for joining me on this reflection video today. Don't know if I've missed anything. I feel like I've been chatting with a best friend, so yeah, thank you. I hope that if you're watching this, you enjoyed this energy too. I'm going to make a slow walk back now through the pine forest and have a breakfast and enjoy my slow morning. If you have any questions or requests, please feel free to email me or drop questions or requests in the comments. I love to read your comments and your feedback. It fills my heart with so much joy, and I am just so excited to be here, celebrating life, living my fantastical life, supporting you in living your fantastical life. Yeah, and just sending you so much love and a big air hug. See you in a month's time for the February reflections.